Welcome students. Today we are going to continue our lecture regarding the objectives of business. So we discussed in our previous class regarding the economic objectives in a detailed way. Today we are going to continue our lecture regarding the social objective, the second objective of business, and so far the human or individual objective, which is the third objective of the business. So let us proceed our discussion within a minute regarding these points. So here we can see on the blackboard that so far as the social objective is concerned, there are four major points which is to be discussed here. That supply of the raw materials, good quality materials, avoiding unfair trade practices, generating the employments, and fourthly, social services, and fifthly, avoiding the pollution that is emitted in the environment due to the events and activities which are conducted for undergoing different production processes, which emits a lot of waste materials in the environment, and how we are going to avoid it, or which it is an important scenario just to keep the environment clean, safe, and healthy for the society as a whole. So we will discuss these points in details one after another. Let me repeat once again. The voice is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So students, so far as the social objective is concerned, basically the business deals with commitment towards the society. We have already discussed in our previous lecture that society plays a very significant role, very important role in developing the business. Because when we are going to start a business, when we are going to continue a business, in that particular moment, we might have sufficient amount of capital with us. We might have financial strength with us, but it is not necessary that we might have land, we might have labor, we might have machines, tools, equipments, infrastructures that includes the building, storage capacities, all these things, manpower, labor, then your material, tools, equipments comes from the society. These are rendered by the society, provided by the society. And we utilize these factors of production, these inputs as raw materials, these inputs as electricity, all this comes from the society, and we utilize these, basically the factors of production, for what? For undergoing process. What type of process? Conversion of inputs into meaningful goods and services. So when we produce these goods, produce these services, these goods and services which are produced for the exchange or for creation of the money is not meant for us. It is meant for the society. It is for the ultimate consumption and ultimate use of the society. So students, ultimately the consumers are the users, end users of these goods, of these services, and they consume it in exchange of money. The money comes to the organization, money comes to the concern, and goods and services are consumed by the consumers. So here, although satisfaction is provided to the customers, that is not the end. And it is not the end for the company concerned that it is able to generate the profit. No, it has to spend a part of its income, a part of its profit for the development, for the upgradation, for the improvement of the company concerned. So it is the commitment of the business towards the society. हमारा भी कुछ दायित्व बनता है, हमारी भी कुछ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बनती है कि अपने फायदे के, अपने संस्था के फायदे के साथ साथ हम सामाजिक उपलब्धियों को हासिल करें, हम समाज में डेवलपमेंट का कार्य करें, समाज हमसे लाभान्वित हो, हमारे लाभ के साथ साथ कंपनी कंसर्न के साथ साथ हमारे समाज में भी डेवलपमेंट हो, जो हमारे आसपास के इलाके. So what type of dedications can be done? Dedications like development of schools, colleges, institutions, training camps, technical camps, blood donation camp, development of park, sanitation centers, roads, ये हम डेवलप कर सकते हैं। किस लिए कर सकते हैं? फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द सोसाइटी, फॉर द अपग्रेडेशन ऑफ द सोसाइटी, कि आपके साथ साथ समाज का भी विकास हो रहा है। आप डेवलप कर रहे हो, आप इंप्रूव कर रहे हो, साथ साथ समाज भी आपके साथ साथ इंप्रूव कर रहा है। ये पैरेलल चलना चाहिए। ये हमारी नैतिकता बनती है, ये हमारा कमिटमेंट बनता है फ्रॉम द साइड ऑफ द बिजनेस कंसर्न। तो यही मैंने कहा कि सोशल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स बेसिकली डील्स विथ कमिटमेंट ऑफ बिजनेस टुवर्ड्स द सोसाइटी, एंड बिजनेस इज कंसिडर्ड टू बी एन इंटीग्रल पार्ट ऑफ द सोसाइटी। समाज का एक महत्वपूर्ण अंग है, अभिन्न अंग है। So it makes the use of resources of the society, and it earns the profit by selling the products in the form of goods, in the form of services to the members of the society. So it owes something to the society. It has some responsibility towards the society. So it becomes obligatory, it becomes important, it becomes mandatory that on the part of the businessman to do something in return for the society, as they are utilizing the resources, using the resources from the society for their own intention, for their personal means to generate profit. So they are generating, so they need to render something, they need to give in return something, they need to be committed towards the society. So here, no business organization, no business concern, no businessman can keep the economic objectives as his primary objective. Although profit earning is the primary objective, but it cannot be the only sole and only purpose, only objective, only aim of the company concern. Along with the economic objective, I mean earning profit, the social objective is the secondary element, secondary objective, which is to be focused, which is to be given due importance by the business concern. Now, we have to discuss in details that what are the different elements, what are the different objectives which includes or comprises the social objectives. Social objectives में किन किन चीजों को महत्व दिया जाए, या कौन कौन सी चीजें मिलके social objective को frame करती हैं. So the first point is supply of desired or good quality products to the ultimate consumers. So here customers always prefer to buy the products only when they are satisfied with the quality of the product, which are available at a reasonable price. So today's customer, if we focus on the customer which are in the present scenario, in the present condition, basically the customers expects good quality product at a reasonable price, and they cannot compromise over this issue. So it is the responsibility, it is the duty of the business concern to provide quality products, good quality outputs in the form of goods, in the form of services to the ultimate consumers, and along with the goods should be at a reasonable price, at a genuine price. So over exploitation or inferior quality of goods should not be supplied to the consumers. Absolutely, they need to be supplied with a good quality product at a reasonable price. So quality is a very technical term here. Now let us understand and try to understand what do you mean by the quality here. Quality may mean differently for different products, because you have already been taught in economics that there are different type of products, and the consumers who are going to consume these products have different intentions, different level of satisfaction that is to be extracted from different type of products. We have discussed about the inferior product, we have discussed about the normal goods, we have discussed about the luxury goods. So there are different type of goods which are going to provide you satisfaction differently in a different level. So as per the preferences, as per the demands of the consumers, as per the choices of the consumers, the goods need to be produced which should have utilities content in it, which should possess the capacity to satisfy ultimately the consumers to the maximum extent. So here, if we take the example like the products like pressure cookers, gas cylinders, televisions, scooters, so these are different in nature. These are durable goods which sustain for a longer period of time, and they keep on satisfying the consumers for a longer period of time. So although they are expensive, but they satisfy the consumers for a long period, for a long duration. And some of the goods like bread, like the non-durable goods, spices, pulses, it cannot be sustained for a longer period of time. And these are of a normal rate, normal price. And such goods are not durable for a long period of time. It is having a short span of duration within which it is to be consumed, and the goods need to be continue to be promoted or supplied to the consumers continuously. So this is significant issue. ये बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण चीज है कि हम किस टाइप के प्रोडक्ट्स प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं और किस टाइप के गुड्स को हम सप्लाई कर रहे हैं और किस प्राइस पे कर रहे हैं. If we will overcharge or overprice the goods, so far their quality is concerned, so far their durability is concerned, then the customers will not like to be attached with your product. They will not like to purchase your product continuously. So here it is utmost important that it is the commitment, it should be the commitment of the business concern that they should provide the good quality product at a reasonable price according to the nature of the product, according to the type of the product. So now let us move to the very conclusion of this supply of quality goods at a reasonable price, quality products at a reasonable price. Here, if you talk about the products, then to survive in the market for a longer period of time by supplying these goods, supplying these products, supplying these materials, it is utmost necessary for the company concerned to keep their societal value. What do you mean by this societal value? Reputation of a company, reputation of an organization, that is known as goodwill. So the goodwill of the company need to be maintained, and that is maintained in the society, among the consumers, among the outsiders, among the external sources of the company concerned. So here it is utmost necessary that the company should always keep in mind that there should be no negative message for the company concern in the society. And how this can be developed, how positivity can be developed, how absolute results, how absolute remarks can be created from the side of the society, if the goods are of a good quality, if the goods are of a reasonable price, and if continuously the production is going on and a genuine price is charged, genuine profit comes from the company concerned, and company goes on supplying the goods on a regular basis continuously, then obviously a time will come when the reputation of the company concerned will increase by its reliable behavior so far the quality and the price is concerned, and this will increase the reputation, it will maintain the goodwill of the company concerned. And here the businessmen must supply their products at a reasonable price and on a regular basis, and keeping in mind the quality of the product. Now we can see here, so far as the second point is concerned, we have to avoid the unfair trade practices. So here unfair trade practices or anti-social practices includes what? It includes the elements like black marketing, it includes adulteration, it includes hoarding, it includes overcharging. So these are the different types, and many other type of activities are also there, practices are also there, which are a part of unfair trade practice. किसी को cheat करना, किसी को धूर्त बनाना, और किसी तरीके का फेर बदल करना, प्रोडक्ट की क्वालिटी में फेर बदल करना, प्रोडक्ट के को डिफेक्टिव वे में प्रेजेंट करना और ओवर प्राइस चार्ज करना, उसको होल्ड करना, रोक देना, मार्केट में सप्लाई को कंट्रोल करना अपने मुताबिक, ये सब प्रैक्टिसेस जो है ब्लैक मार्केटिंग के तहत आती हैं, होर्डिंग ब्लैक मार्केटिंग कहलाती हैं, और इनसे क्या है, ओवर प्राइस चार्ज करके हम कंज्यूमर्स को सेल करते हैं, गुड्स को प्रमोट करते हैं, जो कि अच्छा नहीं है, जो कि सोसाइटल कॉन्सेप्ट के अगेंस्ट है, जो हमारे सोशल ऑब्जेक्टिव के अगेंस्ट है, ये गलत है, ये बिल्कुल अनफेयर है, ऐसे प्रैक्टिसेस बिल्कुल नहीं होने चाहिए। तो इसको गहराई से समझते हैं। लेट अस गो इन डेप्थ एंड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस very point. So exaggeration in advertisement about the use of the product is also an unfair trade practice. Exaggeration, excessive expenditure of the company's concern over making advertisement somehow exploits the customer. Because if we have to spend a lot of money for advertisement, for making the promotion and promo of the goods in the market, making more and more people aware about the quality of the product, nature of the product, then somewhere we will have to price, we will have to increase the prices to an higher extent. We have to raise the price and sell the product at a higher rate, higher price. Then only we can generate the profit and cover up the cost which is spent or cost which is incurred on advertisements. So exaggeration in advertisement is also type of unfair trade practice. So these are the trade practices. So these practices, with these particular practices which are conducted in the form of hoarding, in the form of adulteration, in the form of black marketing, in the form of overcharging or exaggerating in advertisements, the businessman will not only lose basically his reputation, but it is a punishable offense under the law. नियम के हिसाब से, लॉ के हिसाब से ये क्राइम में आता है, और ये बहुत बड़ा क्राइम है. किसी को शोषित करना, किसी का शोषण करना, ये सोसाइटी में एक ऑफेंस के रूप में ट्रीट किया जाता है, और लॉ के हिसाब से, हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के हिसाब से ये एक पेनिसेबल ऑफेंस है, ये क्राइम है. तो ऐसा कार्य करने से, इफ यू विल बी इन अ प्रैक्टिस ऑफ, यस, if we are in a practice of conducting this type of activities as a businessman, then obviously it will hamper the reputation, it will decrease the reputation, it will affect the reputation of the company concerned. So now the punishment can be in the form of fine for such crimes, for such activities. The law puts compensation, puts fine or penalizes such business concerns or business organizations, and along with imprisonment sometimes is also given to the businessman or the business concerns. Here, as it is a crime, so there is a legal action, there is a legal procedure which proclaims such businessmen to pay penalty charges, and they are sometimes sent to imprisonment if they are found to be a part of such illegal practice, unfair trade practices. So now the businessman must have social objectives to avoid these practices to earn profit. So we as a businessman or a concern, if it is conducting business activities, will have to look after, will have to keep in mind, will have to check out different activities, different activities, so that there should be no chance of unfair trade practice or illegal trade practices, and this type of activities need to be skipped, need to be avoided, because such intentions will lead to decrease or deterioration in the quality, in the reputation, in the way of in the path of conducting the business. So unfair trade practices obviously decreases the goodwill of the company, it decreases the reputation of the company, and it becomes a big question mark for the business concern. People start to distrust such organizations, so distrust will lead to the failure of the company concern. So along with the economic objective, the second point, that is social objective, which includes the avoiding of unfair trade practices, cannot be neglected, cannot be avoided. इसे हम नजरअंदाज नहीं कर सकते. अगर कोई भी कंपनी कंसर्न ऐसा एक्टिविटीज को नजरअंदाज करती है, ऐसे अनफेयर ट्रेड प्रैक्टिसेस को कंडक्ट करती है, तो ऑब्वियसली ऐसी कंपनी कंसर्न्स एंड हो जाएगी वन डे, एंड this will decrease the reputation of the company concern, and this will create distrust among the consumers towards the loyalty of the company, of the business concern, of the business. So now let us continue our discussion regarding the generation of employment. Here unemployment so far is a very common term. You are habituated with this term, you have already gone through this term in class 9th and 10th. So unemployment is a situation where the skilled and efficient people are not getting a chance, or they do not get a chance to just engage themselves and earn something and earn money in return for their livelihood. So this is a very dramatic condition where people being skilled, being capable enough, are not getting the chances to engage themselves in different activities to generate income and maintain their livelihood. They are struggling for the bread and butter. So employment is a major issue for the country as a whole. And as we are related to a country like India, where unemployment is a major issue, and in this particular situation, we cannot avoid this problem, which is a national issue for the country as a whole. So here, the businessman must have to create employment opportunities, and it will have to help the nation as the business, as the society as a whole, in overcoming such basic problems, as we are in a phase of development. The entire country is in a phase of development. We are a developing nation. So here it is the societal responsibility of the business, of the business concerns, of the businessmen as a whole. If we are in a practice of running an organization and running a business, then particularly we should participate in development of the economy as a whole. We should put efforts, we should engage our concern in generating employment, in creating employment opportunities, which will support in the development of the economy as a whole. So now, while creating such employment opportunities, there are some major factors which should be kept in mind. The businessman must give special consideration to the disabled person, to the handicapped people, to the poor people, to the weaker section of the society. You can say the women of the society, who are the weaker section, who are in minority. So these people, these particular you say the handicapped and physically unchallenged people need to be given due importance, utmost importance, while creating the opportunities of employment in the society through, with the help of the particular organization or particular concern which you are conducting, which you are running. Now, the entire scenario of employment generation is a big question. It is not like that if you are running a business, you are going to provide employment opportunities and that is the end of everything. No, not at all. If you are running a business concern, it is your commitment, it is your responsibility, it is your social objective just to engage yourself, deploy yourself in creating such opportunities for the nation as a whole, for the society as a whole, for the country as a whole, to eradicate the issues, eradicate the national issues which are just associated with the country. Now, the society is a responsibility, you can say, of the business concern, that if we are going to just use the factors of production for the company concern, for the orientation of creation of profit and fulfilling your profit motive, then in return we have some considerations, we have some responsibilities, we need to give something in return which will support the economy and which will help them to develop their economic phase of the country as a whole. So along with the development of the company concern, the society also need to grow, need to develop, which is the social responsibility and utmost responsibility of the company concern, that can also be in the, that is also in the form of supplying the quality goods at a reasonable price to the people, along with developing employment opportunities for the people who are spatially weaker, who are spatially poor, who are spatially handicapped and physically challenged. Now, anyhow, I do not want to say that no opportunities should be provided for the people who are physically sound. No, we are going to provide the opportunities for physically sound people along with the people who are physically unsound. Here, who are physically unchallenged, poor and weaker sections. So everyone need to be given equal opportunities and chances to engage themselves, to utilize their skill, their knowledge, their talent in upgrading the economy, in improving the economic conditions of the business concern along with themselves or the society as a whole. So students, we are going to discuss regarding the very next point, that is social service. In all the above 3 points, whatever we discussed that how we are going to attach ourselves with the society as a whole, how we are going to attach economically and socially with the society, because we are a part of the society. Our business is also an individual, artificial individual who is treated to be not a person like us, but artificially it is just like us, because it has got registered, it has got enrolled in the register of the company of the government as an individual. तो एक कंपनी भी एक इंडिविजुअल की तरह ही होती है, और उसके भी दायित्व वही है जो एक फिजिकली इंडिविजुअल का होता है, जो आपका हमारा है। बिल्कुल उसी तरह एक कंपनी को भी ट्रीट किया जाता है। तो इसलिए जो दायित्व हमारे हैं, जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हमारे हैं, वही सारे दायित्व एक कंपनी के भी होते हैं, क्योंकि हम एक समाज का अभिन्न हिस्सा हैं और हम इस बात को नजरअंदाज नहीं कर सकते। तो यहाँ पे हमने 3 पॉइंट्स डिस्कस किए। पहला, अनफेयर ट्रेड प्रैक्टिसेस अवॉइड करना। दूसरा, रीजनेबल प्राइसेस पे क्वालिटी गुड्स को सप्लाई करना, प्रिफर्ड गुड्स को सप्लाई करना। और तीसरा, एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट करना। ये तीनों ही एक्टिविटीज कहीं ना कहीं सोसाइटी के बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट फेसेस हैं, जिनको हम नजरअंदाज नहीं कर सकते। अगर हम इनको पॉजिटिवली ट्रीट करते हैं, इनमें हम एक्टिव पार्टिसिपेशन देते हैं एज ए बिजनेसमैन, एज ए बिजनेस कंसर्न, तो यहाँ पे हमारी गुडविल, हमारे रेपुटेशन, हमारी छवि, हमारा इमेज जो है वो इंप्रूव होगा, और ट्रस्ट, लॉयल्टी, रिलायबिलिटी हमारे पब्लिक में इंप्रूव होगी, जिससे कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग हमारे बिजनेस के साथ जुड़ना चाहेंगे, हमारे प्रोडक्ट से जुड़ना चाहेंगे, हम पे ट्रस्ट करेंगे, और ये हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए बेनिफिशियल रिजल्ट्स क्रिएट करेगा, या वो अपॉर्चुनिटीज क्रिएट करेगा जहां हम बेहतर रिजल्ट्स डेवलप कर सकते हैं अपनी कंपनी कंसर्न के लिए। तो चलते हैं चौथे पॉइंट पे। हियर large business houses basically undertake various projects of the community services, such as running the charitable dispensaries, schools, hospitals, etc. And the big companies basically help in the social programs run by the NGOs and the government organizations by contributing what? A large amount of fund, lump sum amount of funds in the form of donations, in the form of charities. So participating in the social services like such programs, like blood donation camp, like eye donation camp, or many other type of camps and campaigns which are just established by the non-government organizations and the companies as well. So far, the educational camps are also provided. So various type of activities and programs are launched, are developed, are implemented by the company concerns, which adds to what? Adds to the reputation of the company concern. ये सारे programs में actively participate करना किसी business concern का या business organization का obviously उनके reputation को build करता है, उनके value को बढ़ाता है, उनकी ट्रस्ट को बढ़ाता है, उनके गुडविल को इंप्रूव करता है, एंड इट डेवलप्स द पब्लिक इमेज, पब्लिक में इनके इमेज को जनरेट करता है। अगर हम बात करते हैं, बहुत बड़ी कंपनियां हैं, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द टाटा कंपनी स्पेंडिंग अ फिक्स्ड अमाउंट ऑफ मनी, लमसम अमाउंट ऑफ मनी एवरी ईयर, हर साल वो खर्च करता है फॉर व्हाट? फॉर सोशल सर्विस प्रोजेक्ट्स। बहुत सारे ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट्स इंप्लीमेंट होते हैं, बहुत सारे ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट्स वो लॉन्च करता है, करोड़ों रुपए खर्च करते हैं हर साल अपने फायदे में से एक अच्छा खासा हिस्सा निकाल के सामाजिक कार्य और सामाजिक डेवलपमेंट एक्टिविटीज के लिए वो खर्च करते हैं। इससे क्या होता है? ऐसे कंपनीज का रेपुटेशन बढ़ता है, ट्रस्ट बढ़ता है। आज हम जब प्रोडक्ट खरीदने जाते हैं टाटा का, तो देखते हैं वो तमाम कंपटीटर से हम पूछते हैं ये किसका प्रोडक्ट है, ये टाटा का प्रोडक्ट है, तो ब्लाइंडली हम उस पर फेथ करते हैं। क्यों? बिकॉज इट हैज डेवलप्ड अ रेपुटेशन विद द हेल्प ऑफ सोशल पार्टिसिपेशन। It has developed the trust among the people with the help of the social, fulfilling the social objectives. Economic objective is a different perception. Social objective is a different perception. So students, so far the avoiding of pollution is concerned, the last point in the social objective, which completes the social objective, is very significant and very important. So what it signifies, let us discuss. As a businessman, we have to take care of the business entity. We have to take care of the needs and requirements of the company concerned. Along with, we discussed that we are equally responsible. We have the sole responsibility to take care of the society, take care of the environment as well. So here, spreading uniformity, developing a parity in the business and in the business environment is our responsibility, and to take care of the society is another and secondary responsibility. So now here it becomes the moral duty of the business concern, businessmen, to come forward and help in solving the problems of pollution. So it is also true that if we will continue the practice of production, practice of manufacturing the goods and services and supplying it continuously to the market for ultimate consumption of the consumers, then it is true that emission will come out, smokes will come out, or a lot of waste products, waste disposals will come out, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द नेचर ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट. किस टाइप का हम प्रोडक्ट प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं. अगर हम मेडिसिन प्रोड्यूस करते हैं तो केमिकल एमिशन होगा. अगर हम शूज प्रोड्यूस करते हैं या कुछ और प्रोडक्ट हम प्रोड्यूस करते हैं तो इस कंडीशन में वो स्मोक एमिशन करेगा. तो ये जो स्मोक एमिशन है, ये जो केमिकल एमिशन है, ये जो डिस्पोजल्स हैं जो डिस्पोज हो रहे हैं एज अ वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट, अगर हम इनको इसी तरह से सोसाइटी में जाने देंगे, आई मीन एनवायरमेंट में जाने देंगे, रिवर्स में, ड्रेनेज सिस्टम से, तो ये पॉल्यूशन क्रिएट करेगा. एयर पॉल्यूशन होगा, वाटर पॉल्यूशन होगा, एनवायरमेंटल पॉल्यूटेड होगा. ऑल्दो हमारा इकोनॉमिक पर्सपेक्टिव तो पूरा हो जाएगा, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं ये हमारे नेचर को अफेक्ट करेगा, हमारे एनवायरमेंट को अफेक्ट करेगा, जो बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं है. सो इट इज द मोरल ड्यूटी, ये हमारी नैतिक जिम्मेदारी बनती है एज ए बिजनेस कंसर्न, एज ए बिजनेस एंटिटी, दैट वी आर लायबल, we are responsible, we are only responsible because we have created this smoke, we have created this waste, and due to our production activity, our business activity, the emission has come out. So we have to look after of just neutralizing the effects of such disposals and emissions which has been caused from the business. And we have to stabilize the environment, we have to do all the activities, we have to indulge in all the steps for removing and eliminating the effects that gets created due to such emission, due to such disposals of the wastes, chemical waste or other waste in the nature, in the environment. So the businessman must adopt what? Eco-friendly techniques of production and should always drain the waste materials in such a way that these do not pollute the environment. हमें इनका सही उपचार करना चाहिए, हमें इसको सही तरीके से डिस्पोज करना चाहिए ताकि ये कहीं भी कॉन्टेमिनेशन ना क्रिएट करे, कहीं भी एडवर्स इंपैक्ट ना क्रिएट करे, हमारे नेचर को पोल्यूट ना करे. ये हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बनती है. हम इसके लिए बहुत सारे इको फ्रेंडली टेक्निक्स का एडॉप्टेशन कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर जापान की बात करते हैं तो बहुत सारे ऐसे कंपनीज हैं वहां पे जो भी डिस्पोजल्स होता है, गार्बेज होती हैं, उनको वो कलेक्ट करते हैं एक पीट में, बहुत बड़े पीट में, ग्राउंड में, एक सेपरेट आउट ऑफ सिटी ले जाके उसको डंप करते हैं. डंप करने के बाद उसको 1 साल 2 साल छोड़ दिया जाता है. फिर उस पीट में से उस मटेरियल को निकाल के फिर कट करके और उसको मोल्ड करके, मेल्ट करके बनाया जाता है. बहुत सारे रबर मटेरियल, सिंथेटिक मटेरियल्स बनाए जाते हैं. आप शूज यूज करते हो, स्नीकर्स यूज करते हो, इतने एक्सपेंसिव शूज हैं, उसके जो सोल होते हैं वो जापान जैसी कंट्रीज और बहुत सारे कंट्रीज, डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज हैं जो कि वेस्ट मटेरियल से उनको बनाती है. हेलीपैड्स बनाए जाते हैं. बहुत सारे स्पोर्ट्स आपने देखे होंगे, टेबल टेनिस के लिए पैड होता है एक टेबल पे, वो पैड भी सिंथेटिक का होता है, वो भी वेस्ट से बना होता है. तो ऐसे बहुत सारे चीजें हैं, टेक्निकली हम इको फ्रेंडली टेक्निक्स का यूज करके और रीशेप, रीमॉड्यूल कर सकते हैं हम लोग इन वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट्स को, और इनको एक बहुत ही अच्छी दिशा दे सकते हैं जिससे कि हमारे एनवायरमेंट पॉल्यूट भी नहीं होता है और नेचर सेफ रहता है, प्रोटेक्टेड रहता है, और हम इन प्रोडक्ट्स को रीयूज कर पाते हैं, रिसाइकल कर पाते हैं. So this was all about the efforts that is to be dedicated by a business concern or a businessman for developing, for completing the social objectives. And it is the most significant and most important objective along with the economic objective. And it was all about the social objective. In the next lecture, we will discuss regarding the human objective, or that is individual objective. We have only 2 minutes. So till then, let me discuss with you. Come unmute yourself and just talk to me, students. If you have any doubt, any query, anything to discuss with me regarding the topic, you can discuss. आकांक्षा.
Yes sir.
समझ में आ रहा है? क्लास में आवाज साफ हो रही है, क्लैरिटी सही है?
Yes sir.
सब्जेक्ट समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes sir.
ओके. बीच में कुछ नेटवर्क कनेक्टिविटी का प्रॉब्लम था, सो देयर इज नो कंट्रोल ऑफ आवर्स बिकॉज इट इज सर्वर प्रॉब्लम, सो इट वाज समहाउ डिस्टर्बिंग in first 2-3 classes. अभी ठीक है, अभी चल रहा है सब कुछ?
हाँ, yes sir.
ओके, अभिषेक ले लीजिए। अभिषेक, Abhishek has left. Anyhow, Divyanshi,
Yes, sir.
any problem बेटा? Anything to ask? कुछ टॉपिक पूछना है? कोई डाउट?
No, sir.
नो, ओके। देखिए, आप लोग के लिए सब्जेक्ट नया है, कोर्स नया है, स्ट्रीम भी नया है, तो आप लोग से मैं एक ही चीज कहना चाहूंगा कि वन एंड ओनली थिंग, परचेज ओनली NCERT बुक। NCERT की बुक आप परचेज करिए, ठीक है? और अभिषेक आप भी सुनिए, NCERT की बुक परचेज करिए और उसको बार बार पढ़िए, बार बार पढ़िए। देखिए, बिजनेस, इस जो सब्जेक्ट आप पढ़ रहे हैं इसका एक्चुअल नेम है कॉमर्स। ये मेन सब्जेक्ट है आपके पूरे कॉमर्स स्ट्रीम का, जो कि अल्टीमेट कॉम्बिनेशन है किसका? अकाउंटेंसी का एंड इकोनॉमिक्स का, दोनों को मिला के ये सब्जेक्ट क्रिएट होता है और ये बैकबोन है पूरे इकोनॉमिक कॉमर्स का, ये बैकबोन है। तो इसको बहुत ही सिंसियरली पढ़िए। इसको अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए आपको डेप्थ में जाके पढ़ाई करनी होगी, बार बार रीड करना होगा चीजों को, डाउट्स पॉइंट्स अंडरलाइन करिए अपने टेक्स्ट बुक में, है तो क्वेरी करिए। फर्दर क्लासेस भी चलेंगी तो वहां पे भी हम लोग ओपनली डिस्कस कर सकते हैं, ऐसे भी ऑनलाइन क्लासेस में डाउट क्लियर